That time of the week again. You know what to do. It's time to go wild. Another week, another weekend, another Time to Go Wild radio podcast here on YouTube or Podbean. You can also get us on Amazon and Google Podcasts. If you want to contact the show throughout the week, you can do. Facebook or Twitter.com/TTGW Radio. You can email ttgwradio@outlook.com or text 07849 767 It's been a busy old weekend just gone for a lot of the teams around the leagues. So, let's do it. It's time to go wild. Hello and welcome to another Time to Go Wild radio podcast as we look at some of the stuff that's been going on over the last week in ice hockey. Of course, we will have your roundup of scores, quick look at the tables, a few little bits of news, and of course your up-and-coming fixtures. Well, now we're starting to get into the season, couple of weeks gone. How are people feeling about their relative clubs? Few ups, few downs. Lots to look at with the tables, and a few surprises, I must say. So, yeah, it's been a busy weekend. Your YKK Widnes Wild were on the road in Nottingham, but we did have the DMUK Widnes Wild women at home on Sunday. So a bit of a change of faces in some ways. Some new, some old, some refreshed. Well, all refreshed, I should say. And raring to go for the Widnes Wild women's new season. I was there, back behind the camera. See, my 19th season behind the video camera. Can you believe? I still wouldn't have credited that after 19 years after I started, I'd still be filming ice hockey games. I thought I'd have been retired by now. Oh well, it keeps me out of trouble. Well, in terms of that, I better get on with the results. So, here we go. Get that weekly roundup of the results from across the leagues as we do it each week. Starting off first with the Elite League and Challenge Cup action from Friday, 29th of September. Glasgow Clan 2, Belfast Giants 4. On Saturday, Guildford Flames 3, Coventry Blaze 2. Nottingham Panthers 0, Sheffield Steelers 6. Five Flyers 0, Belfast Giants 1. In the league on Saturday, Manchester Storm 4, Dundee Stars 2. Cardiff Devils 5, Glasgow Clan 2. And league action from Sunday, Sheffield Steelers 2, Cardiff Devils 3. Dundee Stars 3, Manchester Storm 2 after a shootout. Coventry Blaze 4, Five Flyers 6. And Guildford Flames 2, Nottingham Panthers 3 after a shootout. Moving to the National League, on Wednesday the 27th of September, Milton Keynes Lightning 4, Hull Seahawks 6. On Saturday, Bristol Pitbulls 2, Bees 7. Leeds Knights 8, Peterborough Phantoms 4. Sheffield Steel Dogs 4, Solway Sharks 1. Swindon Wildcats 2, Milton Keynes Lightning 6. Telford Tigers 6, Raiders 5 after overtime. On Sunday, Bees 2, Leeds Knights 3. Hull Seahawks 2, Telford Tigers 3 after a shootout. Peterborough Phantoms 10, Bristol Pitbulls 4. Raiders 1, Swindon Wildcats 5. Solway Sharks 2, Sheffield Steel Dogs 3. Moving to Division 1 North Morley from Saturday. Hull Jets 4, Whitley Warriors 2. Nottingham Lions 2, Billingham Stars 10. On Sunday, Blackburn Hawks 5, Sheffield Scimitars 4. Deeside Dragons 4, Solihull Barons 1. Nottingham Lions 4, Widnes Wild 1. Whitley Warriors 2, Billingham Stars 9. Division 2 North Laidler action now from Saturday. Coventry NIHL Blaze 4, Bradford Bulldogs 3 after overtime. On Sunday, Billingham Buccaneers 3, Altrincham Aces 7. Bradford Bulldogs 0, Sutton Sting 5. Kingston Sharks 1, Coventry NIHL Blaze 7. Sheffield Titans 5, Telford Tigers North 2 7. And a result we know of from the WNIHL Division 2 on Sunday, Widnes Wild Women 5, Grimsby Wolves 0. And that rounds up the scores. Just short of the music there. Well, some big scores in that one. Some big surprise results as well. You've got Peterborough Phantoms putting 10 past Bristol at 10-4. You've got the Steelers beating the Panthers in Nottingham by 6-0. Big score there. You've got Leeds 8, Peterborough 4. Big scoring game there. A tight one with overtime. Telford 6. Raiders 5 overtime. You can tell some of these games are going to be really tough this year. But in Morley, the big one to note for me of scores, Billingham beating Nottingham in Nottingham on Saturday by 10-2, and then being on the road again back up at Whitley Bay this time. Warriors 2, Billingham 9. 19 goals scored, and they've only shipped 4 over the weekend. Wow. And two big results. You got Billingham Buccaneers 3 with the Altrincham Aces getting 7 past them, and then Kingston Sharks 1, Coventry NIHL Blaze 7. Sheffield Titans this year looking a lot stronger, but going down by 5-7 at home to Telford North 2. Big games, big results. And the one to sort of get the monkey off their back after the playoffs, unfortunately going down by 2-1 down in Sheffield in the playoffs. It was your DM UK Widnes Wild Women. They got off to a flying start against the Grimsby Wolves by beating them by 5-0. A big result from them. There will be action available online at some point this week, hopefully within a day or so of this podcast going live. Might even be later today, as in the Monday when this is being recorded. And, after the game, I caught up with Karen Cooper, and this is what she had to say about the way things have been and where things are going.
Change of scene this weekend. Instead of it being the men, we've got the DM UK Widnes Wild Women at Planet Ice Widnes on a Sunday. I've been joined by Karen Cooper. Well, Karen, disappointment at playoffs last year, but back on the ice, fighting fit and ready to go again.
Yeah, I think when we went to playoffs last year, it was disappointing not to win. It was disappointing not to win the league, and that's sort of really given us some fire to try and aim for that this year. So that's what we want. It's been really good to come out here and get a win today. We've had several new starters, a goal from one of them. So for Catcher, that's great, and for the man player of the match try for Laura, Moran, the new player, really good as well. Like, everyone's played amazingly, and to get a shutout, just...
Yeah, both netminders, 50-50 in the game. Steph back between the pipes. Ellie Green, again, back between the pipes. Both of them look good.
Yeah.
Getting the old cobwebs blown off, and it is nice to have I wouldn't say an easy game, but a easier paced game to start things off at times.
Yeah, absolutely. Grimsby are a lovely team to play, and so it's really nice to start the year against them. And I think hopefully we'll use this to lead us into some of our new games. Obviously, we got Caledonia next away. They're a bit of an unknown quantity, so hopefully we'll use this to build on.
Yeah, that is going to be a different change of scene. Instead of Solway, it's up to Edinburgh for Caledonia, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of the team that were like, oh, well, Solway have been promoted, so we've not got a Scottish road trip, and then now we've got one back, but it's even longer. So, but it's good for the sport, it's good for the league. So we're excited to see them join the league. It'll be a bit different because we've got a late ice slot that we've agreed to, so that we don't have to play later on Sunday. But yeah, really looking forward to that one in a couple of weeks.
So this year again, most of the same teams, apart with the addition of Caledonia. But you know what you got to do this year to get back to the playoff finals, and that, in a way, is probably the bigger thing than, say, the league title. It is just getting there and being competitive.
Yeah, like we don't want to say we're just going to do that. We really think we know it's going to be a long, hard season to get there, but we're prepared to work for it, and that's really what we're aiming for.
I mean, it was tough at times last year. There were a couple of sticky games where it didn't go quite to plan, and I could see the frustration. And with that playoff game, after the first 2 minutes, I've spoken to a few other people about it. It was a very even game.
It was so even. It was just, I don't know what we did in those first few minutes, and it just all went a bit awry there. But then we sort of pulled it back to an even keel. So I think that's given us a good idea about what we're going to be up against. And yeah, there was some frustrating games last year that we wish we could have done better. But Solway and Telford, they were really strong opponents. So yeah.
Take it from there, really. It's one game at a time. It's December. Did you say before the next game back at Planet Ice Widnes now?
Yeah, I think so. We've got a really long run of away games. We've got Leeds, Sheffield away. Obviously, they're known now. Leeds joined the league last year. They seem to be doing really well. So, yeah, long stretch before we come back to home. But we'll be excited to come back.
And, at the back end of the season, there's a lot more games at home, so it'll balance out by then. But that's the key thing, just every game one at a time.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really good to end the season. I think last year our last game was a home game, and we really do like to finish the season strong and at home, so that's good.
Well, we're looking forward to seeing how the season pans out, and we'll catch up with people throughout the season, so thanks for joining me.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks for that, Con.
Thanks again, Karen. Always appreciate having some time with members of the team to have a little chat and a catch-up about how things are going and feeling. It's been a tough pill to swallow when you've made it all the way to playoffs, and it was such a tough thing when next thing the occasion possibly got to people. The WNIHL playoffs, as I've said time and time again, the last two occasions I've been there, it's been, well, actually the last three occasions I've been at the ladies playoffs, I should say. Been a pleasure. It's been a blast. We were knackered at the end of it, but it was fantastic to be there, fantastic to watch, and well worth it, I must admit. So, plenty to look forward to. Unfortunately, the next game back at Planet Ice Widnes for the girls isn't for some time now, but we will bring a little roundup of the up-and-coming fixtures very soon. So, where do we go now? I think it's time for a little bit of table talk. So, where have those results left everybody? Well, we'll start with the Elite League and the Challenge Cup. It's three groups, I should say. Group A, Belfast 5, Glasgow and Dundee. At the moment, Dundee 2 games, and they're at the bottom of the table at the moment with no points. Glasgow 3 games, 2 points. 5 on 3 games, 2 points, and top of Group A with 4 games and 8 points to the Belfast Giants. In Group B, you've got Coventry, Cardiff and Guildford. At the moment, it's Guildford 2 games, 2 points. Cardiff 2 games, 2 points. And Coventry 2 games, 2 points. Somehow, I don't know how that all works out. That seems a bit strange, really, but that's the table as it looks. And then in Group C, you've got Sheffield, Nottingham, and Manchester. At the moment, it's Manchester 1 game, no points. Nottingham 2 games, 2 points, and Sheffield 1 game and 2 points. So, at the moment, early days with the Challenge Cup groups, and still early days with the league as well. Because it's a little lopsided due to the number of fixtures played at the moment. At the bottom of the table presently, but it's the Glasgow Clan 1 game but no points. Then you got Belfast, no games played in the league yet. They played mainly Challenge Cup, so no points. Guildford in 8th with 2 games and a point, joint with 7th place Coventry, 2 games and a point. 6th position is Dundee on 2 games and 2 points, jointly with Nottingham on 2 games and 2 points. And in 4th position, 5 Flyers, 1 game and 2 points. Sheffield Steelers in 3rd position, 3 games, 4 points. Jointly with Cardiff on 2 games and 4 points. And top of the table at the moment, after 3 games with 5 points, it's the Manchester Storm. So, good start for them with the league so far. We shall now look at National League table as we go to Bristol Pitbulls at the moment at 11th position, 4 games and no points, jointly with Solway Sharks in 10th, 4 games, no points. Peterborough Phantoms in 9th, 4 games, 2 points. Raiders in 8th, 4 games, 3 points. And 7th on 3 games with 3 points. It's the Swindon Wildcats. 6th position, 3 games, 4 points for the Sheffield Steel Dogs. 5th position, the Bees. Having a good start to this season now compared to last year. 4 games, 6 points. 4th position, the Milton Keynes Lightning. 4 games and 6 points. Hull Seahawks, 4 games and 7 points. They've had a good start to this year. They're in 3rd position this week. 2nd place, Telford Tigers, 4 games, 7 points, so joint with Hull. And just sitting at the top of the tree, it's the Leeds Knights on 4 games and 8 points. So a few little movers around at the top of the National League table. Meanwhile, in the Morley division, we go to 9th position. Sheffield Scimitars, 5 games, no points. Sorry, 5 games and 1 point. Apologies. Sheffield, 5 games and a point. Sorry. I'm saying that wrong. 5 games, 2 points. What am I saying? Read the table properly, Colin. So it's Sheffield Scimitars, 5 games, 2 points. D-Side Dragons in 8th position. 5 games and 2 points. Widnes Wild in 7th position, 4 games, 2 points. So very tight there. Then Nottingham Lions in 6th position, 6 games, 3 points. Solihull Barons in 5th, 4 games and 4 points. Hull Jets having a good start to their season in Morley with 4 games and 6 points. The Blackburn Hawks in 3rd, 5 games and 8 points. The Whitley Warriors in 2nd position, 7 games, 10 points. And the top, we've got the Billingham Stars, really off to a good start this year. 8 games, 12 points for them. But nobody in Morley is unbeaten. At least 1 defeat for every team now. So, finally we will round things up with the Laidler League, Division 2 North. Kingston Sharks, 9th position, 4 games and no points. The Billingham Buccaneers, 6 games, 2 points. At 7th position, Nottingham Lions North 2 with 5 games and 2 points. The Altrincham Aces in 6th, 3 games, 2 points. In 5th position, Sheffield Titans, 6 games and 5 points. And then the Bradford Bulldogs in 4th, 4 games and 5 points. Telford Tigers North 2 are in 3rd position, 3 games and 6 points. Coventry NIHL Blaze getting off to a good start, particularly this year. 6 games played, 10 points, 2nd position. Top of the tree, Sutton Sting, 7 games played, 14 points, undefeated. As are the Telford Tigers too. So 2 teams there, no defeats yet, and it's basically games played and games won that's keeping them apart. So quite tight in a way there at the top of the Division 2 Laidler League. Very, very tight. So yeah, anything could happen there. Very much anything could happen with that. As we now move on to...
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
The naughty step, as we try and look at who's been a bad boy or girl this last week. So I'll give you a quick roundup from the 22nd of September's, because there's a number that have been properly been available now through the eiha.co.uk. So we'll start with Rhys Edwards from Widnes, got 2-game suspension for fighting an unwilling combatant. These were all published care of Friday the 22nd of September. Then there was Patrick Gregors from Billingham, has gained a 12-game suspension for reckless endangering the opponent's jersey number clearly visible, thrown violently into the boards, causing injury. Ooh, dear. Owen Sobchak from Bristol has had a 2-game suspension for slew footing. And Kieran Wrench from the Billingham Buccaneers gained a 2-game suspension starting the 18th of September. And penalty points plus 5 for unsportsmanlike conduct. So, oh dear. Quite a few on the naughty step. Now, I was looking down to see if one of them, I think, has actually been removed, because there was a penalty, and I saw a penalty for Vlad Volkanovs, but from Sheffield, but that's been rescinded now. But based on what's available now from Friday the 29th of September, Damani James from Widnes Wild has gained a 10-game suspension. Checking from behind, player not aware of the hit, and in a vulnerable position. The hit was late and after the puck had been released. Oh dear. Jesse Sutton from Telford Tigers has gained 6 game suspension and 5 penalty points for illegal check to the head. Ronnie Grimes from the Altrincham Aces, 2-game suspension starting the 25th of September for boarding. Evan Coles from the Altrincham Aces, former Widnes Wild there as well. He's got a 2-game suspension from the 25th of September for fighting. Goaltenders fighting, that's never good. Mind you, the funny ones are always when you see goalie fights, I must admit. They always look like big teddy bears. But we'll get back onto the topic. Scott Venus from the Coventry NIHL Blaze gained a 2-game suspension starting the 25th of September for fighting. And Cameron Akers from the Sutton Sting got a 2-game suspension starting 25th of September, also for fighting. So, yeah, the Department of Player Safety have been rather busy, and looks like it could be a busy season for them. I mean, as you were all aware, when I went through some of the rule changes the other week, whenever there's a game misconduct now, they all go through to DOPS, so there's going to be a lot more of these DOPS announcements, but hopefully we won't be getting too many of these game penalties, because I mean, players do take a while to adjust as rules change, but you know, hockey is physical, hockey is hockey, but we want it exciting and we don't want players getting hurt. Naturally, we don't. So, you know, these happen. Things like this happen. Hence why.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Has to be brought in from time to time. It's a shame, but it happens. So, on to a little item of news that was published today, and it is with a sad heart that the board have announced that long-serving member Val Wilkinson will be taking a sabbatical leave for 3 months, starting as of today, the 2nd of October. So we hope Val is going to be well on the mend and feeling better, and she's been part of the organisation for over 40 years and a valued part of the EIHA. And naturally, details of the full press release are on eiha.co.uk, and naturally everybody will be wishing Val well, and we hope she recovers soon, because you know it's a tough job. Everyone works really hard within the EIHA, so it is tough going. It is tough going. So, if you want to contact your YKK Widnes Wild, of course you can. Facebook or Twitter.com/Widnes Wild. There's the Widnes Wild webpage, widneswild.co.uk, with all the information, tickets, and links to the shop, own and loan, etc., etc. If you want an own and loan shirt, check it out. There is a shop link. I think it's Widnes Wild shop, but go through widneswild.co.uk. And of course, we have other teeth getting stuck in knots. Other social medias as well. We have Instagram and also TikTok.com. Both are /Widnes Wild Official, and our YouTube hub of youtube.com/Widnes Wild Ice Hockey Club. Naturally, we thank all of our sponsors. Title sponsor YKK. The penalty box is sponsored by Wix. The Timekeeper's Bench sponsored by Sigmatex. We have Key and Eagle Digital, Foster 4, MPG, MJ Sports, Put Drop, Shots by Steve, Bench Buddy, the University of Salford, Planet Ice, The Hub, and our charity, the Halton Haven Hospice. And naturally we thank them, and of course all of you out there, for your support throughout the season. And one thing I wasn't able to do too much last week, but I can this week, is get your diaries ready, because we have the fixtures for the coming weeks. Starting this coming weekend, the 7th of October, we have junior action at Planet Ice Widnes. The under-12s will be facing D-side at 4:20, and then the under-14s will face D-side's under-14s at 5:30. That's going to be a tough weekend. And then the Coventry under-18s will host the Widnes under-18s B down in Planet Ice Coventry at 6 p.m. And then on Sunday, the old YKK Widnes Wild are back at home, facing the Whitley Warriors, 5:30 p.m. And then the following weekend, Saturday the 14th of October, the under-10s are in cross-ice action in Manchester from around about 4:15. The Leeds under-14s will host Widnes under-14s. Time I've got for that is 4:45. We have under-16s action at Planet Ice Widnes against Nottingham from 4:15. And then under-18s A are in action against Leeds from 6 p.m. There is a fixture change. The Widnes Wild women were up in Edinburgh facing Caledonia originally on Sunday the 15th, but with agreement that fixture has been moved. Originally it was 7:30 p.m. on the Sunday the 15th. Caledonia v Widnes Wild women is now on Saturday the 14th of October, but it's being played at 10:15 at night, but that is with agreement, so that's a 10:15 at night face-off up in Edinburgh. Widnes Wild, the DMUK Widnes Wild women against Caledonia. And then the last little bit for this week, for the 2-week jump, we've got Sunday the 15th of October. The Nottingham under-18s will host the Widnes under-18s B at 10:05. And your YKK Widnes Wild are in action at home against the Billingham Stars at 5:30 p.m. And that about rounds up the fixtures. So there you go, our little roundup of the week and what's coming up over the next couple of weeks. If you've got any little bits of news, tidbits, announcements that could help the show, please drop them through. You know how to do it by now, but a reminder, it's Facebook or Twitter.com/TTGW Radio, or you can email ttgwradio@outlook.com. And there's the text number, which is also for the text your announcer. Yes, text your announcer, 07849 767 755. Normal text rules apply. Well, that about wraps things up for another week. Thank you for listening. Like I say, if there's any things that you can think of to help give the show its improved content, because we do want to improve the content, drop them through. In the meantime, I'll just wish you a good week. Catch you soon wherever you are when you're enjoying your hockey, be it home or away. From the Time to Go Wild radio show podcast for another week, enjoy your hockey. Till next time, ta-ra.